As soon as men who believe they're doing God's will get hold of power, whether it's in a household or a village or in Jerusalem or in Rome itself, the devil enters into them. It isn't long before they start drawing up lists of punishments for all kinds of innocent activities, sentencing people to be flogged or stoned in the name of God for wearing this or eating that or believing the other. And the privileged ones will build great palaces and temples to strut around in, and levy taxes on the poor to pay for their luxuries. And they'll start keeping the very scriptures secret, saying there are some truths too holy to be revealed to the ordinary people, so that only the priest's interpretation will be allowed. And they'll torture and kill anyone who wants to make the word of God clear and plain to all. And with every day that passes, they'll become more and more fearful, because the more power they have, the less they'll trust anyone. So they'll have spies and betrayals and denunciations and secret tribunals, and put the poor harmless heretics they flush out to horrible public deaths to terrify the rest into obedience. And from time to time, to distract the people from their miseries and fire them with anger against someone else, the governors of this church will declare that such and such a nation or such and such a people is evil and ought to be destroyed. And they'll gather great armies and set off to kill and burn and loot and rape and plunder. And they'll raise their standard over the smoking ruins of what was once a fair and prosperous land, and declare that God's kingdom is so much the larger and more magnificent as a result. But any priest who wants to indulge his secret appetites, his greed, his lust, his cruelty, will find himself like a wolf in a field of lambs, where the shepherd is bound and gagged and blinded. No one will even think of questioning the rightness of what this holy man does in private, and his little victims will cry to heaven for pity, and their tears will wet his hands, and he'll wipe them on his robe and press them together piously and cast his eyes upwards, and the people will say what a fine thing it is to have such a holy man as priest, how well he takes care of the children. And where will you be? Will you look down and strike these blaspheming serpents with a thunderbolt? Will you strike the governors off their thrones and smash the palaces to rubble? To ask the question and wait for the answer is to know that there will be no answer.